Welcome back to KHTS Radio. You are here again with me, Jade Aubuchon, one of the KHTS's co-news directors, and I am here today with now a school board candidate for the Saugus Union School District, Jesus Henao. How are you doing?
Thank you very much, Jade. I'm doing great, and you pronounced my last name very good. People get hung up on that.
I think it's the J and the H, and they go, what am I doing here?
It's either Jesus, and then they butcher the last name, and well, they butcher both. The first name because it's not Jesus, and then the last name, who knows how they say it. But yeah.
Well, thank you.
Good
I'll
job.
put a little feather in my cap for that one. And you are running for the Saugus Union School District. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Fantastic. First, I've been living in Santa Clarita. We're in Valencia now for about 7, 8 years. I grew up in the San Fernando Valley. At the age of my dad was a baker, my mom was a welder, of all things. At the age of 17, I joined the Marine Corps. I served in the Persian Gulf War, 8 months. After the Marine Corps experience, I received an undergraduate degree from USC, and I have a master's degree in real estate development from Arizona State University. I'm a local business owner. I own a commercial real estate firm, and we do sell commercial real estate here in California and also in Utah. That's
Thank you.
it.
You ready to get into those
Oh,
questions?
wait, the most important part. Been married now 21 years. Happily married. I have 3 children. 2 of them are in college in Utah, and I have a daughter that attends Valencia High School. She's a senior and my honor student.
You're almost done.
Yeah, almost done. Well, I have a mother-in-law still. She's not graduating anytime soon.
So if you were listening earlier, you may have seen my interview with Bill Cooper, where we had a set of questions that we're going to be asking all candidates for the various water districts. We're going to be doing the same thing with the different school board
Okay.
candidates. So I'll be asking you those questions as well as all of our other elementary school board candidates. Are you ready to get into those?
I am ready to go.
All right. So I'm going to be starting this timer as soon as I ask the question. That way I'm not starting the timer and asking the question and taking up your time. We'll have about 2 minutes.
Perfect.
All right. What makes you think you are best qualified for the job?
Well, there's some challenging times ahead of us. Number one, enrollment's down. There is no funding, and teachers are underpaid. There's problems going on in the school district, and we'll get into them as we go along here in the conversation. But we need to think outside the box. I have the experience. I've negotiated multi-million-dollar contracts. Is what I do for a living for over 25 years. I can bring people together, find solutions that maybe the district is not saying. And I can give you some examples from last night's board meeting, which I thought was amazing. The things that I was hearing, I couldn't believe that these people are running our school board. But yeah,
Okay. Question number
I
2.
was a little quick on the answer for her.
Hey,
I didn't meet the 2 minutes.
that's fine by me. Question number 2. What are your districts, and not your district yet, but Area 1, most pressing concerns?
Here it is. Respectively, these are the math proficiency percentages right now in our district. 38% for third and fourth graders, 41% for fourth and fifth and sixth graders. 41%, that's abysmal. So I did a little research to see what's going on. Believe it or not, Virginia and the Virginia Islands, which is next to Puerto Rico, they have 82% and 90% math proficiency. Why are we so far behind? Especially in a fluent area like this that we can afford good teachers. We have great schools. What's going on here? So that's number one. Number two, the second pressing issue is safety, but I'm not talking about safety from the point of somebody breaking into the school. I'm talking about safety in the school. What do I mean by that? There's special needs kids in the classrooms that are beating up teachers. They're throwing desks, they're throwing chairs, they're hitting, they're verbally abusing the teacher and yelling out obscenities in the class. That is not a conductive learning environment at all. So those are 2 big issues. And then our reading proficiency is also around the same levels as the math. It's very low now, but if you go to a school board meeting, they'll tell you how wonderful it is because they increased by 1.22%. To me, that's crazy. That's very low. And the solution is that I heard last night at the board was this: let's invent a new math program. They hired 2 or 3 teachers to come and produce a new math program. And I'm sitting there thinking, well, wouldn't it be the most logical, easy thing to do? Contact some schools in Virginia, in Louisiana, by the way, and let's ask them what they're doing, and let's not reinvent the wheel. So there you go. There's two issues. I think there's one. There's a lot more if you want to go, but two is good for now, I guess.
On to our third question. The book Life According to Z is in at least one Santa Clarita Elementary School library. It is a story with illustrations about a 7-year-old girl who is transitioning to become a boy. Do you believe it is appropriate to have this book in our schools' libraries?
No, any book of such nature should be taken out of libraries. That is a conversation for the parent and the child. What is happening is we become a society or a state where the state knows better than the parents. That is completely wrong. The best conversations and the best communication you'll have is at the home with the kids. So any of these books should be taken out of the libraries, period. If I'm on the board, I'd vote to get them out, number one. And that conversation should be between the parent. If the child says something to the teacher should contact the parent and say, hey, look, your son has these concerns. You should probably talk to him about this. Here's maybe some literature given to the parent to say, hey, maybe this will help you in this conversation if you don't have that experience. So, they hired social workers, so why doesn't the social worker come and help the parents deal with that? Not the kid. The kid doesn't know. I mean, these are elementary school kids. They're not thinking that. They're thinking about playing kickball and having a good time and what they're going to wear for Halloween. Yeah.
That one is a very important question. I'm still considering that one. All right.
He goes a news host.
No. I do that every day.
Okay.
I got to come up with something different. All right. Question number 4, and then we'll move on to our customized questions. If we have another major COVID-19 epidemic, or I should say rather a rise in cases where we're starting to have more shutdowns in the current continuing strain, would you shut down our schools again for in-classroom learning?
I wouldn't. If it was COVID related, no, I would not shut it down. I mean, the science is clear that the government has been lying to us for the last 2 years. And if you look at these scores I'm talking about, what they've done is irreparable harm to the kids. The scores show it. Parents have been excluded from the schools. I would not shut it down at all. I would take measures, protocols that need to be done, but I would not shut the schools down at all, and there's no way I would.
All right, so we actually have a question for you. So what we
Sure.
did for all of our candidates is we gave you guys an opportunity to ask your opponents a question just to get an idea of what their thought processes were. Unfortunately, your opponent did not respond, so we have a question for you.
Okay, perfect.
So you ran 4 years ago and lost. What have you learned since then?
I think the lesson is more of running united than anything else. This time around, there's more cohesiveness with other candidates, so we're running as a slate, so we're running as a team to make a serious difference, because just one person on the board is not going to make change. So this time around, we've learned to work as a team. We've combined resources. We've helped each other from the ground, knocking on doors, to email campaigns, to text campaigns, and it's been a more united front. And I think last time that wasn't the case. We pitted candidates from their same beliefs against other candidates, and their results were abysmal. And we got destroyed, and we're left with what we have now. So this time around, I feel confident that everybody's working together. There's an exchange of ideas, and this is how the board should work, together reaching a common goal.
So our editorial staff actually has one more question for you.
Wow. Okay.
Yes, you're very special.
No worries.
Current incumbent who is actually running for city council right now, David Barlavi, he actually gave $1,000 toward Cassandra Lev campaign. She is the other person who is running for the current seat that you are running for. Would you consider that token means he is endorsing her?
I would say he is. I asked him for his endorsement. Just kidding. No. I don't know. I would consider that an endorsement. If he's giving money, absolutely. But I don't know. If you continue with the same, you're going to get the same. You're going to get 38% math proficiency scores and 41% math proficiency scores, and that's very low. So, yes, he endorsed her, but do you want more of the same or do you want something different? You want to give us a try now.
Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, my
I
pleasure.
deeply appreciate it. For those of you listening, I have been speaking with Jesus Henao, who is running for the Saugus Union School District seat for Area 1. We'll be continuing these interviews through the course of the next 2 days with both water board and school board candidates. Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure. Love coming in. Thank you.
Thank you. You can tune in to KHTS FM 98.1 AM 1220 and hometownstation.com.
Oh, one more thing. Or Jesus, SCV.com.
Thank you.